Beep, beep, beep. What's up, Virgo? We're going to be doing your weekly general timeless reading. So check it out. Let's start off with some oracle cards. All the decks I use are listed in the description box down below. Sun and Moon Tarot, Tarot Illuminati, because I don't have their boxes out. But Virgo, let's get into it. These are going to be your messages from the oracle. One card from each. And then we'll jump into your tarot. Skywriting the fates. Okay. Someone's like, I'm divine as a glass of wine. I like this. I don't know why immediately I felt like you're separating from somebody as soon as it's kind of like, okay, bye. I know I'm going in this direction and you can't come with me. It immediately felt like that for some reason. This doesn't have to be a person in particular. Like this could be a situation, a job, or even a habit. So just be mindful of that. Tend to the small things. Yeah, you're going within. You're like, nope, it's about me. It's all about me because I feel great. You also have Mercury in your sign, which is going to make you kind of like a walking lie detector. Like your bullshit radar is going to be off the chain. Off the chain? Whoa, Jordyn. No. Off the charts. Oh my gosh. Oh, language. Obviously my Mercury is not in Virgo. Let's see what's going on for you. There's going to be a lot of clarity though, and a lot of truth is going to be coming out too with Mercury and Virgo. A lot of truth. Either you telling the truth or you seeing the truth about situations. Yep, Three of Wands and Death. So there's that opportunity or relationship, whatever it is. You're like, no, that's not for me. I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to entertain that anymore. Bye-bye. Done with it. On to the next, right? So this kind of feels mischievous for some reason. I feel like you're almost like sneaking away from this. You're like, I don't really want to talk about it. So I'm just going to like kind of like go in this direction and not really tell you what's going on and just hope that you get the hint. Just be mindful of that because communication is the best. Okay, you know what? That's an opinion. Forget that. Do what you want to do, but it does feel a little mischievous. It does. It feels like there's a bit of a ghosting energy. I'll say that. So just think of your own morals with that, okay? Seven of Cups. Yeah. And then you get to this place of like, did I do the right thing? Seven of Cups is confusion. It's distortion and illusion. And the Three Cups at the top really speak to me because it's almost like it's a snake, it's a person almost going through Judgment Day, and then there's kind of like death hanging out in the middle in the cloak, okay, of those cups. And to me, this comes across as like, am I being deceptive? Even though like I want to change and I want to transform and ascend to this new me, is there part of my ego at play in the beginning of this process? And that's where the ego gets integrated. When you start to really ask yourself introspective questions. Like, am I doing this in alignment with my integrity, with my truth? Page of Cups. So there comes you being vulnerable with self. Like, okay, how am I really feeling? Like, am I really working through my higher self, or am I working through a part of me that just wants to like escape and like jump into the next thing? Page of Cups. You're becoming the student to your own emotions. This is also communication though. Yeah, there's the Page of Wands. Queen of Swords in reverse. So you're doing this impulsively and you're not being 100% honest. With the Queen of Swords in reverse, King of Wands. You got somebody who don't play around. King of Wands is very I keep wanting to say deceptive, but I feel like they know that you're being deceptive. And so if they're shut down to you or if they're acting a strange way towards you, yeah, this King of Wands doesn't feel deceptive. I feel like what they're thinking is that there's deceptive energy with who they're dealing with. They're kind of like, I'm not going to do a damn thing. I'm going to sit back and watch and wait. They're not going to act on this. So if you're waiting for somebody to like reach out or communicate with you and they're a very masculine, creative, like master manifestor kind of energy, they're not going to do a damn thing. They're not. They're very like, it's kind of stoic. It feels very stoic. It's like, it makes my heart like, it's not a bad feeling. It's just like, I'm in my power. Like they're actually in their power, which is strange considering they're showing up in reverse. But with the Tower underneath it, I feel like they're understanding, like, I know this person's going through their own transformation. Ace of Pentacles, they're giving them space. It's almost like they're looking at them like, I know where you are right now, and I'm just going to let you be where you are, because it really doesn't have much to do with the King of Wands. It doesn't. It has more to do with this person. Page of Cups and the Page of Wands, this is the student. So this is that energy that was like, no, I don't want to be a part of this. It's the Queen of Swords, but they're not talking about it. This feels very internal. Like the communication is almost like a telepathy kind of thing. Like they know what's going on with this person, but they're not going to speak on it. And they kind of have an idea that this person knows what's going on with them, but nobody's talking about the elephant in the room. They're just like letting it be and letting it stay like very like surface level. So if you've had an argument or falling out with somebody, it's like we're focused on the argument and the falling out, but it really has a lot more to do with something bigger underneath. Like, I feel like I'm dealing with a lot of rejection, or I'm really challenged in my own beliefs right now, and there's a part of me that's really hurting, and I don't know how to express it, so I'm pushing people away and running and saying that they're the problem. Right? Like, it's very common. Queen of Swords, though, this person is not speaking honestly to other people about what's going on, but with the Page, that's very internal energy. So let's clarify. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see. A little song for you. Hope you liked it. Let's look at the Three of Wands. Five of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. I didn't get what I wanted from this, so I'm not going to go after it anymore. Expectations. Five of Pentacles to the Six gives you the Ace of Pentacles. That's their lesson. That is the Ace of Pentacles that they're dealing with. Their new beginning is going to teach them to not have expectations on how people act, respond, behave toward them. And I feel like that's what the King of Wands doing. Like, I know you just had an expectation. It's not my job to fulfill your expectations. I didn't set that expectation. Right? Five to the Six. So there's a new beginning coming in here, but this person's ending that opportunity of the new beginning because they're sitting in this illusion of like, it's the surface level issue of whatever argument happened, when it's not. It's something deeper than that. So let's look at Death. Yep, Temperance, Magician in reverse, Hierophant, and the Four of Swords. So you got a lot of majors. A lot of majors. This is a really Eight of Swords, Gemini energy, 727 when I just looked at the timer too. I love this. Okay, so with Death and Temperance, this ending of this cycle, this way of being, or this relationship, this job, whatever it is, it's only ended temporarily. Temperance is the card of patience and divine timing to me. There's a need to have these two energies separate, right? The two cups, because there's a need for moderation. Even though they both wanted the moderation, it wasn't an equal balance. It wasn't equal balance, and this King of Wands knows that. So they're kind of like, okay, I'm just gonna wait. I'm not saying equal balance in regards to give and take. It might even be like vulnerability. Vulnerability, like true, like transparency of who you are. And that is exactly what this person is going through. This Queen is understanding, wait, I'm not actually being who I am. I'm being who I've been programmed to think I should be, or part of me is attached to seeing myself in that way instead of discovering who I am. That's why the Magician is in reverse, because the lesson is to discover their personal power. And so they might have been attached to the King's personal power, and the King's like, nope, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to let you be because you're going through your own healing, and that's cool. There's no malice in their energy. They're just kind of like, I'm going to withdraw. So they're withdrawing. I like it. Because this other individual's in their head. They're not understanding like why this person isn't talking or showing up for them. And it's not about them. It's about the Queen. Let's look at the Seven of Cups. They're a bystander to it, really, is what it feels like. I don't think they're going to take any action. Let's look at the Seven of Cups. I heard challenge accepted. There's so much ego at play here. It's not even funny. Yeah, so Six of Swords and the King of... So the Queen perceives this person as like heartless and very like business based and like, you don't have true feeling for me, because the King of Cups is in reverse, and then you have the Emperor, and the Emperor, they might perceive this person as very emotionally manipulative with the King of Wands and the King of Cups in reverse. But like I said, they're actually a really balanced energy. They're an Emperor energy. And the Emperor trumps other court cards in a reading. The Emperor is very balanced. Like, they know what they want, and they know how to show up to get what they want. This is the perspective of the Queen. This Queen is like, this is distorted and I don't want to be a part of it. Six of Swords. I'd get more peace not with you not around, right? AKA this relationship got too difficult or challenged me and I didn't like that. So I'm going to step away, right? I'm not going to help this king or emperor grow. Whatever you might have been helping them grow something or been investing in something or planting seeds in something with them. And the emperor's kind of like, okay, I'm not going to take it personally. Like, they're good. They're good. Eight of Pentacles, though. The 8 always leads to the 10. So this is actually helping this Queen find their own 10 of Pentacles. Let's look at the Page of Cups. And if you've wanted to build something with this person, you might feel like, oh no, I can't do that now. And it's not that. There's just a, yeah. The Queen's in this energy of like 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords is like stress, anxiety. It's actually like mental exhaustion. And with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, they're not wanting to like make an offer of any sort. They're not wanting to actually show up and give a tangible offer of like, hey, let's have a business, or let's have a friendship, or let's be partners, or let's reconcile this romantic relationship, right? They're very much wounded warrior. Like, this is almost like them standing their ground. This feels very like ego attached, but this is what they're exploring. And that's why they're at the page. They're like, is this true for me? It doesn't feel like they're purposely sitting in this. This feels very knee-jerk reaction, and they're starting to like self-reflect and question that. Like, is this behavior actually correct of me to behave in this way? Correct, right? Being however you see correct. And then with the Page of Wands, they have the Two of Pentacles. Like, oh, what do I want to create? How do I want to be? How do I want to show up in the world? What does my soul really crave? So now they're getting into the decision-making space with the Two of Pentacles there. Tell me more about the Page of Wands. 10 of Swords. There it is. Like, oh shit. I have a big ending coming up right now, right? They're really starting to integrate the part of their shadow that is stopping them from being who they are, not what they've been molded to be. So let's look at the Queen of Swords now. Okay, we'll get one more on the page. I feel it. Yeah. Fool. There it is. And the Knight of Cups. So there comes in the vulnerable gesture of like, okay, I'm ready to talk now. Because now they see like, oh shit, I had to go through this transformation within myself. I had a few things I had to shed that I realized like had a lot more to do with me than the external. 7 of Cups in reverse means that they're getting that clarity. They're not sitting in confusion or illusion. I almost said delusion. Let's look at the Queen of Swords. Now it's like, how do I humble myself and talk about these things? And if it's not humbling oneself, it's just like, okay, now that I know I want to make this gesture, like now I have to get over that barrier of like being vulnerable and feeling safe to talk about it. Because they're in this place of like, I want to shut down. Like I know what I want to say, but I'm scared to say it. Yeah, 7 of Cups. There's that 7 of Cups. Let's see what else we got. And then the 9 of Pentacles, it's just insecurity. It's just insecurity. Page of Pentacles in reverse and the Ace of Swords in reverse, because now it's the ego. It's like, oh my gosh, I just ended all of that and now I'm in the unknown and I don't feel safe in the unknown. Where do I go from here? Like, am I really safe to talk about these things? Like, I feel like I'm not. Is that true? Do I really feel that way? Or is that a knee-jerk reaction because I'm in the unknown and my ego doesn't know how to protect me here? It's because you're building something new. You're building something new, and that's okay. That's okay. Allow yourself to explore. The Divine's very much so supporting this. There's so much cyclic energy coming out here. You have the Wheel of Fortune, you have Death, you have the Fool, you have 10 of Swords, you have the Ace of Swords, all cyclic energy, endings, beginnings, and change. Lots of change, especially with the 5 of Pentacles as well. More change. 5s are indicative of change. It's just that because of this change, insecurity is coming up. And it's not that you're insecure. It's that you're getting to know who you are now on a deeper level. And so it's kind of like a vulnerable skin. Like, oh, I'm in a fresh birthday suit. I got to go out in public in this thing? It's kind of like that. Let's look at the King of Wands. Tower. Devil. 10 of Pentacles. Judgment. Yeah. So they know that this isn't going anywhere. They're like, okay, it's going through a transformation. There's some ego at play. And they're just kind of sitting back. They're like, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to get my own stability. Like, I'm fine as a glass of wine. And with Judgment, they're making the decision not to take part in the ego battle, right? In the competition or struggle with the Queen of Cups, right? The feminine. right? Because they're not emotionally open, but we're a true pair, and I know that we're a true pair. Whether this is romantic or platonic, like it could be a friend, it could be a coworker, it could be a parent. It doesn't have to be romantic. Just keep that in mind. But they're very willing to go through this judgment day, this soul evolution, and I feel like they feel older in the sense of like experience with this kind of transformation, because they feel very like, let me retract. And I think they're recognizing some of this has to do with codependency, like especially having those expectations, that attachment to somebody. That's what the devil represents. They're like, I know that we're both attached to one another, but I'm not going to indulge in a codependent dynamic, right? And so that's why they're just like, I'm not going to take part in this drama. I'm not going to do it. I like it. I like it. This is really nice. It's kind of like an unspoken understanding. But Virgo, this is what I have for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you want a personal reading or a Reiki quantum healing session, go ahead, book it down below through my website. And if you want a free 10-minute reading, check out Patreon. And like, share, subscribe. Those thumbs up help the channel grow. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.